Hey, what's up guys? It's Uber Hybrid and welcome back to our class review series. So this time we're going to be going over the Shaman class, which is a pretty old school class, and personally it's one of my favorites, if not my favorite class overall. It did get buffed a couple years back. I wasn't playing during then, but the changes really helped to improve this class to be way better overall for farming, soloing, and just general questing overall. So you come to Arcangrove, you have to get Arcangrove rank 10, but I'd say it is one of the most boring reps to farm, but it's totally worth it because you need it to unlock the Evolved Shaman, Shaman, and Stonecrusher, and Shaman and Stonecrusher are absolutely amazing. So it's definitely something worth doing. As far as enhancements go, I recommend you go full wizard enhancements. You can try to mix up wizard, spellbreaker, and luck to see if you can optimize that way, but for ease of access, just do full wizard. And this class can have mana issues, but if you go and use Spiral Carve, that increases your crit chance, and it'll also, which will obviously make you regen more mana. I don't recommend Mana Vamp ever because it's not actually that good. Um, Spiral Carve is always better for pure DPS, and it gives you mana regen anyway, so that's what I recommend. So like I said, this class is really good for farming, soloing, and multi-target. So it's kind of the jack of all trades, but the master of none. Um, it's got very low cost rank 1 and rank 2, which are both just AoEs. This one applies Scorched Spirit. This one does more damage and heals based off of your Scorched Spirit. And this is just a single target heavy damage. I only recommend using this against one target. And all of these are boosted by Elemental Embrace, which is very mana costly, but it negates any evasion. So this is a very consistent class you're never going to miss. And also you can't get critted. This is also a great ability in PvP, obviously, because you can just hard counter any dodge classes, and you can just stack this with your other skills to basically increase damage over time. So technically you don't have a damage cap. The longer the boss fight goes on, the better you are. It doesn't have a rank 10 passive, but you have these rank 4 passives, which are pretty decent. This stacked with Spiral Carve is really strong, and this is just intellect increased by 15%. Um, and what they change is they increase the damage of Ancestor's Flame and Hydrophobia, as well as adding the heal over time for Hydrophobia, which is really important. So I like to start with 5, and then start stacking 2 and 3. The more spells you cast, the better. If you can cast your Dry Lightning off cooldown, but you will see that I am really low on mana now. So we just gotta make sure we keep applying this before it fades. Um, so just try to get the mana back. Spiral Carve will help me get some mana. Apply this again. And then we'll use it 2 or 3, and then once we have enough mana, we'll cast our Dry Lightning. As you can see, our damage is ramping up over time, which is really important, and we're not really ever taking damage, and see how much damage we did on that one. So eventually on very hard-hitting bosses or very uh, high health bosses, you can hit crazy damage. Um, but that's what you want to do for soloing. Just to clarify about Elemental Embrace, you want to make sure on single target you refresh it every minute. You don't want to be casting this whenever you can because it's 60 mana. It just wears off after 60 seconds, so you need to make sure you cast it before it wears off so you can keep stacking 2s and 3s and sparingly use your Dry Lightning whenever you need to do a lot of damage. But for farming, this class is very simple. You just use your Ancestor's Flame and Hydrophobia, and they're both 4-second cooldowns, barely any mana at all. And this also heals you. Like, you'll never actually find you're low on HP or mana, really, with Spiral Carve. And when you're using Hydrophobia, like, you'll never take an extra damage because your heal over time is really powerful. Like, it's 200 for every tick. So overall, this class is great. Has great versatility. It can solo boss as well. It can farm really well. It's pretty good in PvP. It's obviously not overpowered. It's pretty balanced, but it's a very nice class, very fun to use. And if you're an old school AQ World player, you'll really appreciate the changes they've made to this class. And personally, it's one of my favorites. So I recommend you guys go and get Arcangrove rank 10 if you haven't. So that'll be everything for today. Thank you for watching. Peace.